Here we are for another week of Parenting Paused. Thank you for joining me. I always enjoy every week having a chance to dive a little deeper in myself and with you as we question and look to the nature of our conditioning and how it may support being more of who we are. I found in parenting there were so many shoulds. I don't know about you, but you should do this, and children should this, and children should that, and parents should this. And oh my God, I felt so shitted on. And I was so incredibly determined to find my own way. This is one of the gifts of my childhood in having a difficult childhood. For me, I grew up in an alcoholic home. There tended to be this void inside of me that grew, that I wanted to know what would create that kind of home that I always thought I wanted. And so I began to really dig very deeply and actually overcompensated quite a bit. I tried to give my daughter what I didn't get, and that royally backfired because she wasn't being raised in an alcoholic home. So when I really got clear that I could turn back in and start to feel and trust my discomfort, when I felt discomfort, that was my signal that I was coming up against something inside of myself that most likely I needed to examine or question. So discomfort became my friend. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy because who wants to feel discomfort, right? I mean, a lot of my life I spent organizing to not feel discomfort. And yet when I went into my parenting, every time I felt discomfort, I wanted to control myself or my daughter. And I realized that that was actually what happened in my childhood. I felt so incredibly controlled or asked to subordinate who I am. I didn't feel seen or heard or understood. So, I think it's time that I sit down in my discomfort. Now, this is a counter-instinctual move because, of course, as humans, we're always moving toward pleasure and away from pain. And yet I had this sense inside of myself because I had done so much work, and I'm sure you have too. And I'd read so many books, and I'm sure you have too. And I kept trying to live one-sided. I kept trying to make it all comfortable and good through my control and control of my daughter. And it wasn't working because on the deepest core, I felt this discomfort because the methods that I was using to control myself or my daughter did not feel like they were coming from a deep place of love or wisdom. So there I went, which is what I love to do. And I love that you're here with me so we can keep penetrating this and checking out yourself. I don't see myself as an expert. I see myself as an expert on me and in my parenting. And yet I highly support you in being the expert of yourself, knowing yourself. And this requires knowing the laws of nature, that there are going to be positive and negatives. There's going to be support and challenge. There's going to be comfort and there's going to be discomfort. And yet, if you feel like you're hanging out on one side too much, I had so much discomfort with following the norm, which was to control or punish or consequence or get my daughter to behave. There was so much discomfort in that because it didn't feel like it was supporting her. It felt like it was supporting me to be comfortable. So as you all know, if you've been listening for a while, I created the Safe Seat, which you can download for free, a 5-day series on this on my website, purejoyparenting.com. I started really touching into why was I always moving away from discomfort? What was so scary about sitting in the discomfort and starting to listen? Ooh, this was a big one because developing this capacity also supported me in developing the capacity to actually start listening to my daughter. So this week, I'm going to support you. If you're feeling a lot of discomfort in your parenting or how your child is, take a moment, find your safe seat, download a copy if you don't have it, and see if you can turn toward your discomfort. See if you can listen to it. Have it talk to you. Mine always talks to me in my left ear. It tells me all about what's going on if I'm willing to listen. And this week, just listen and see if maybe you'll hear something inside that discomfort that can support you in offering kindness to yourself and your children. All right. Thanks so much for listening to Parenting Paused. I'll be starting a new 8-week, 5-stage Pure Joy parenting training in a couple of weeks, maybe in a month. I'm not sure. Whenever enough folks decide they want to come hang out and learn a little bit about Pure Joy. You can find out about that on my website. Just go to the coaching drop-down menu and you'll see a page for that. If you're interested, just contact me. We'll have a conversation, see if it feels right to you, see if you want to come hang out and learn a little bit more about Pure Joy. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.